You are watching Access LaPorte County Channel 97. Coming up next is the November 3rd meeting for the Long Beach Advisory Plan Commission. You can find more information for this meeting by visiting www.accesslaportecounty.org.
Good evening. Welcome to the Advisory Plan Commission meeting of November 3rd, 2025. I'm now calling the meeting to order. Let's stand for the Pledge of Allegiance. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America, and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. Yep. Diana, would you like to take roll call, please?
Yes.
Thank you.
Kenda Bartlett. Diana Holt, present. Matt Carstrand,
Present.
Seth McCormick,
Here.
Anita Remages,
Present.
Tom Voyevich,
Here.
and Attorney Chris Willoughby.
Never mind. I would, looking for a motion to approve the minutes from the September 15th meeting.
So moved. Second.
All in favor? Say aye.
Aye. Who's this?
Second was Seth.
Seconded, yes,
Okay.
Seth.
Thank you.
Any against? No.
No.
So move the minutes pass. Say before, I just want to take a minute. We have Jim McManus, Ethan Senti. Is that your last name, Ethan? I totally forgot. Sorry.
Yes, right on. Thanks.
Thank you. And we also have Kevin Garcia, who is, Kevin, I was looking for your title. He's just new and he started today. I shouldn't say you're new, but you just started today as your first day with McKenna. So we want to welcome you to our little group and our little meeting.
Thank you. I'm happy to be here.
I don't know, do we need to, does anyone want to know anything about Kevin or do we? Yeah, okay, Kevin, we don't care apparently. So
I mean, I can tell you a little bit about myself if you'd like some background.
sure.
Okay. So I was most recently, currently I'm a principal planner with McKenna. You're correct. I started today. So I went through my orientation out in Northville. Previously, I was the principal planner for the city of Urbana, Illinois, for the past, I was with Urbana for 11 years. And before that, I was working over in Portage at NERPC, so not too far from Long Beach. So as I assume you're all aware that NERPC covers or does regional planning for the 3 counties of Lake Porter and LaPorte. So excited to be here.
Thank you. So I do have one burning question. When exactly did Champaign-Urbana become Urbana-Champaign?
So I think the university has been called that for a very long time.
Not a very long time, because you have some very older people here who, when it changed, I said, what? So, okay, I'm kind of I'm not a rule follower all the time at our meetings, but we do get things done. Does anyone have any questions of Kevin?
No.
Okay. So our old business is the comprehensive plan update. Ethan, thank you for looking at the email. So just to the committee, what we did was after our last meeting, I went through what our questions were, and I composed an email to Jim and to Ethan and Brad. And so I tried to be pretty clear about what we wanted. And then there were several questions, sorry, that I also gave to Ethan that were ones that we said, what is McKenna's goal here? Because we had several of those. What were they looking for? So that's that package that says, that's a packet that says Part 2 continuation. And what the top part is, are the ones where I had asked specific questions about how to distribute the survey. The question was another one about McKenna's goal about, we'll have to look at the questions, but, you know, again, about being broad, about, so questions where we just said, we just don't even know where we need to go here and what are you looking for? And then the thing behind that are just my questions that I sent to McKenna based on our conversation. So I guess, do we want to just, so what we have in front of us now is the most recent copy of the survey from McKenna. So
This is from after the last meeting, correct?
this is after the last meeting, after Ethan looked at all of our comments.
Questions, okay, yeah.
And so the only thing that Ethan hasn't incorporated, Seth, are these questions where we talked about the response, what percentage, and then we talked question 8, 10, 13, and another question after 14.
Okay.
And those were the ones where we were kind of in the weeds a little bit about not only how to answer it, but it was too broad and what McKenna was trying to reach from us.
Okay.
So, and then I did talk to them about getting rid of the word required. We talked about, I mean, we can go through it and I can look at my questions on the email, or you can, you know, follow along to make sure that we did the right thing. Does that work, Jim or Ethan? I mean,
Yeah,
how do
I
you
think
want to
that'll
do
work.
that?
Yep. I think that'll work fine. Ethan has the survey right on his computer, and if there's any changes that need to be made, he can implement them immediately. So why don't we just go through them just like we did last time, one at a time, and work your way through it, and we'll try to answer any questions you have. I know the goal of tonight for us is to try to have a document that's ready to be distributed so we can start this process off.
I do have one question. I actually took this survey when you circulated the link and submitted it. And I made comments into the boxes and stuff where I could. And then after we canceled the last meeting, I lost it. Do you have do you have that in your system?
And can you delete it?
Yes, we likely do have those results in there. And if, you'd like to clear those out before you officially distribute it, we can definitely do that.
Oh, no, I mean, I don't think I changed that. I think I took the survey. So it's like I was submitting questions.
Yeah.
And like in the comments section, I was making comments. Do you have a way to access those?
Oh, like for right now, just for reference, is that what you mean?
You mean yours?
Yeah.
So you said
Yeah, I submitted it.
to Ethan? Oh, Ethan, did you get it from Seth?
I haven't looked much into our results yet, but I can take a look at that while we keep discussing here for sure.
Well, I wanted to see how user-friendly it was.
Oh,
That makes sense.
did you
Yeah,
say
good
you're
test
full?
case.
Did you say you're full time?
I did say I am full-time.
No.
I'm like 90% time.
How many months of the year do you live in Long Beach?
I live in Long Beach 12 months out of the year,
All
except
right.
for a couple days a week.
Wow.
Okay.
Well, so should we start while Ethan looks
Yeah,
for
and if he
yours?
doesn't have it, then I can maybe remember some of the stuff. I just, if you had it and it was easily accessible, I'd say let's try to use it. But if not, don't worry about it. I don't want to hold up the meeting for sure.
No. So we said identify, I think in the welcome part, we talked about identifying instead of identifier. I'm trying to see where,
Personal identifying information.
yes. Get me, I can't even find it. Oh, there we go. So that was changed. Okay, so that's good. What was I like? Community comprehensive capital investments. What was I talking about there? Diana, anybody know? Oh, here it is. Here it is up here, municipal capital investments. Okay. All right. So let's go to, what is your age range? We didn't have, so what we did with everything was we wanted to get rid of required. So thank you, Ethan. Number 2 was how many people live in your household, delete required was done. 3, required was deleted. And then 4 was, again, we were asking for their recommendation. That was my note to him. We had, are you a full-time resident? Then we went, what are we trying to determine? So Ethan, based on your answer, we said, is that question enough, or do we need to seek out how many months? Is it your primary residence? Is it your legal residence or domicile? So how did you look at that, Ethan? Did you decide that rather just to say, are you a full-time resident? Did you think this was better to say I'm seasonal or I'm a full-time resident?
Yeah, so I mean, the option that we gave there in that question is, as you probably saw when you took the survey, or kind of tested it out, that there's on one end of the spectrum, I'm a seasonal resident, and then on the other end, I'm a full-time resident. And in between, if folks want to offer more granular detail about the number of months that they spend in town, that can be helpful to us. But they're also able to just give those more general answers if they're more comfortable with that. So I think both of those will give us a good amount of information about who, what type of resident is taking the survey, and help us look at their answers based on that.
I think it simplifies everything.
Yeah, I
quite a
like
bit.
What
Takes
did
out the
you-
confusion. Yeah.
What did you think, Seth, when you were filling it out?
No, I thought it was pretty user friendly. You can click either full-time or part-time, and if you want to drop down and pick your months, you can.
Okay, all right, good.
Fair enough.
What intersection do you, Ethan? So it's what intersection do instead of to? Do you live closest to?
Oh, yes. Sorry about that. I will make that correction.
Okay. And again, delete required. I don't know. We just talked about the map needs to be centered.
We also-
And does that map? Yeah, okay, Seth. Yeah.
Well, one is, I mean, I thought again, the English major in me, but can we change what intersection do you live closest to
To which it,
what intersection is closest to your residence?
Oh,
Yes. Yeah, just so we're not ending with a preposition.
Yeah, of course.
what do we want to say?
Yeah, and I thought the map feature worked really well. I was easily able to find my intersection and click the button and it marked it. So
All right, what's our
Right.
question going to be? Mr. English major, let's go.
I think either one's fine. To what intersection is your residence closest?
Are you okay with that, Ethan?
Of course. Yeah, that's perfect.
we're going to recenter the map.
Yep, and center the map. All right, and then 6 was delete required, and we also asked that we delete school districts. So we went back to doing that again, where we put we deleted school districts. Kevin, just so you know, we don't have any school districts within Long Beach, although many of the children in Long Beach attend schools just outside of Long Beach. So we've gone back and forth.
We don't have a choice. There are like 3.
You just aren't rating your schools as part of it.
And we're all okay with that. Yes,
Yeah.
you're, I mean, you have school kids, so,
No, I mean,
and Seth, it wasn't like you said, what about schools when you were doing this?
I didn't think about it.
Okay, well, there we go. So much for schools.
Okay.
7 was, further comments on the above, correct?
Right.
And then we went to environmental policy. So the character of one, partially, we said something about and open space. Okay, and the connections. Okay, got that. Okay, so this was one hold on, where are my notes? I have to find my notes from you, Ethan. So, oh no, that was question, oh yeah, question 8. So. Where'd question 8 go?
This is 8.
This is,
Turn the page. 8 is at the top.
oh, that's where it is. So this is one, we had a kind of a long discussion about this one. Like, what exactly are we looking for? So what Ethan replied was, or what McKenna replied was, because I said, what is McKenna's goal here? Long Beach Shoreline Protection Act covers this. Should it be broader? That we were looking for direction. And what you said was, our intention with question 8 is to gauge residents' interest in preservation of different town. If there is increased interest in woodlands or other features beyond the shoreline, the town may want to consider options for preserving them. Some communities have tree ordinances that require the replacement of trees if any are removed from construction, for example. Chris? Yes. Chris is our attorney, by the way,
I hope this
Kevin.
isn't insulting because it isn't meant to, but that response gives me pause. In that we want to make sure that the survey and the ultimate plan is fit to the community versus canned.
Mm.
And so that response, for instance, there is already a tree ordinance. We want to make sure that you're aware of what does exist, and then maybe conversation about what could change or what the town's doing wrong, for instance, if anything, right? In your experience in similarly situated communities, but I want to make sure, and I'm not insinuating that this is canned or not designed to be part of Long Beach, but I want to make sure from our discussions, this isn't a me thing, it's a we.
Right.
That the plan is that you guys fully understand the community and the dynamics of it, because, you know, the discussion of woodlands really isn't a huge discussion, and the major woodlands aren't really part of Long Beach that people use and or refer to. Doesn't mean they won't be, but right now they're in the part of another municipality right now. So those kinds of questions and what people would like to see, I want to make sure that you have a firm grasp on all of the things that go into that. Does that make sense?
Yeah, certainly. I think, you know, we can make this question a little bit more specific to the natural features within you know, within Long Beach, if necessary. That tree ordinance example was just you know, an example of something that you know, is sometimes necessary. Good to know, of course, that you have that already implemented in your community, but that's just something that we want to gauge residents' interest in. So perhaps adding a couple of other features that would be worth protecting and looking into would be a good move.
Yeah, and let me go one step further. Maybe we change the term woodlands to just trees, and then the other thing is, and we do have to work with the multi-state concepts here, but in Michigan, if you wish to have protections and ordinances and plans, and they want to implement, you know, zoning, for example, it does have to be defined in the master plan a little bit clearer in Michigan. Not sure if Indiana has the same requirements, but we want to be extra cautious that anything that you move forward with has been documented correctly within the master plan, and allows you to have that latitude to create new ordinances if required, update ordinances if needed, or start evaluating things a little differently. So, but yeah, if they don't have a specific woodland, then maybe the word just trees would be maybe a better choice.
And I think those comments are fair in terms of, you know, some of the requirements when someone seeks a variance, right? And
Yes.
in compliance with the master plan and those, so all of those valid and fit together, and I think makes sense. And again, not to belabor this, because the goal is to move this thing forward at some point, but questions like this, you know, there aren't many natural features other than that lake shore, some trees, and the parks have become a big issue, right? And does it make sense to, I'm not saying that we do, and I don't do what you do for a living, right, in terms of making this plan, but just trying to think again, more of what fits this community. And I defer to those that live here, they know best, but you know, some of the woodland or, you know, those areas are definitely limited.
I think we also had, like, we kind of got lost in the weeds on beach stops, like what are the beach stops? We talk about the beach stops, but did you mean the actual beach stops? The entrances to the beach stops, the stairs to the beach stops? I mean,
I think we asked for that inclusion specifically,
yeah, right.
and we were referring to the actual beach stops.
Well, and I think some of the discussion too comes, what does that mean? Is that for ingress and egress only? Is it, some people would like to see bathrooms installed. I'm not suggesting you do, right? But, or water faucets, or showers, or storage, or garbage can facilities, which leads to a nightmare. So there are all kinds of things to consider of, you know, what is that beach stop? Or is it just part of the lakefront? And that's not, I guess that's not a question of, I'm not expecting that you guys know what that is. It's trying to shape this question of, is that a separate feature to consider versus just Lakeshore, for instance?
Any thoughts, anybody? I mean, are we okay with it? Green open spaces? Is that, do we mean, I don't know, do we have any more thoughts on this? Are we happy with just green open spaces being Fairyland or being the community center park, or just saying green open
Well, I mean,
spaces?
if there's concern that like there's going to be some confusion of over how to interpret these things, then you could break them out, right? You could say the lakefront is one, the beach stops are one. I mean, woodlands / trees are one. Green open spaces, I think, is fine. You know,
Okay.
although I would probably maybe refer to it as a park space. And then one thing that we don't even have on here is Lake Claire.
Is Lake Claire private? What did we talk about Lake Claire? What did we say about Lake?
I mean, no, because does the association own it? They might. Well,
I think so.
on both sides?
At least in the side where the houses and the cold are.
Okay, so we don't have any control over that?
Do I know an address?
They have their own, they have. their own rules about
BROWN.
it.
I know, well, I know they have their own kind of very specific rules. I don't know. Do they have?
Orange used to live there right on
I
the.
believe.
Okay,
I would
well, I mean, if that's not the case, then we don't need to include it, but, what we don't want to do is cause confusion, but we also don't need to overly complicate it. I think people get,
That's where,
The association owns it.
The association owns Lake Claire.
that's where I'm at this. I think
Right.
the more specific we get, the more over complicated it becomes. And
Yeah,
w-
I agree.
I guess it depends on what exactly we're trying to get from this question,
mean,
obviously. Do we
this is the
want
thing
a
about it.
general idea of, is the park space more important to you? Are the trees more important to you? Are the beaches, you know?
This is a fact finding tool. Is what we're
Right.
trying to do. You know, this is a tool we're using so these guys can develop this plan.
Right.
So right now, we just want to use it as such to, you know, get some info from the community.
Well, you live here. Where are the natural? It's the beach. It's the
Right.
beach stops and it's the parks, right? And
Right.
trees. What else is there? You don't have, are there walking trails? Are there?
well, I mean, there are parks, right? There are a bunch of
Private
parks.
park.
But I mean, so why don't we separate green open spaces from parks and separate beach stops from lakefront? And then you have kind of a little more specific
Okay,
goal. I mean, because we don't want people talking about, you know, putting showers at the beach stop in the same breath as preserving the dunes. You just don't, because they're completely different issues, and the priority there is remarkably different from one is anti-preservation and one is preservation, right? So I think you'd want to separate those out. But I also think there's a big difference between development of parks and preservation of green spaces. So I think you need to break those two out, but I don't think we need to get any more granular than that.
all right, so you want to do Lake Michigan shorelines and dunes,
That would be one.
and then you want to do beach stops?
That'd be two, yeah, separate.
And then we wanted, if we don't have woodlands, do we still want to do, or what-
We could do
Change
trees.
it to
Yeah,
trees.
fine.
just change
Yeah,
it to trees?
I mean, yeah.
Okay. And then we'll have green open spaces. Is that, do we put land and then as it's written and then add
We
parks?
do have those spaces. We talked about that.
I think that's fair.
Park.
You want to add like green open spaces / wetlands?
We don't have wetlands. Did-
Yeah.
Well,
we
the-
talked about that, right? I don't know where we have wetlands. I mean,
Just off
again,
Moore
it's
Road,
moot.
That's in shore. It looks like, I think that's in Shoreline where that's.
And the other side. So green open spaces would include all that language, Seth and Tom, that's after it right now. And then we would just do parks.
What do you have green open spaces or are you looking to?
I don't know.
develop them, I guess, so.
There are a few, I mean. we
Yeah,
talked
there are a
about
few.
those.
Well, what would those be? Vacant land?
Yeah.
I mean, I guess they're green. I don't know. What are they? What are green opens?
maybe
What
they're-
are green open spaces even?
And maybe they want the town to buy a lot and open it to green space. I think
Right.
the question itself is not complicated.
Yeah, whether or not we have
you don't even
them
get
is
a-
not really important. It's
And whether you have it doesn't mean somebody.
get them.
Exactly.
Okay. All right. What did do you want to do? Open green spaces? Is that more compatible or leave it as
Yeah,
is?
I think
It's fine.
Okay. All right. Ethan, you have that?
Yep, sure do. So now we've got 5 choices under that. Is that correct?
Yep.
Yes.
Including the parks. Okay.
Yeah. And one other thing I think I remember from taking the quiz is this a drag and drop? You have to drag this into like, you have to rank it by dragging things to the top and bottom.
Yeah, exactly.
I think I am about 20 years younger than the average person who's going to be taking this, and it took me more than 10 seconds to figure that out. So
maybe no.
there maybe some like minor direction.
Sure, for sure. We can include some instructions about how to rank those because it can be confusing, especially depending on the particular interface that you're doing it on. So we'll tweak that.
Yeah, and Anita, one last comment. The somebody's going to interpret green open spaces as being the golf course.
Oh,
Just FYI.
No, I think that's why I like the clarification that it's undeveloped.
Yeah.
okay. All right. Thank you. All right. Well, we're
Okay.
ready to,
Leave it just-
But you're saying just regardless of whether we put an instruction there or not, somebody's going to be like, we want to protect the golf course.
Well, I think they may just deem that to be open space. you know,
Okay.
compared to housing.
okay. All right. So we're good and we're ready to move on. So then we have to change. Oh, yes, Tom,
At the risk of getting us into weeds further on this,
let's.
we don't need to spend a lot of time on this, but the question asks you to
Oh.
think
please
about
read.
the most important thing to preserve.
Oh,
And then it adds natural space and environmental protection. And I'm not sure that natural space and environmental protection do anything to help you answer that question. If I'm being asked what's most important to preserve, and I'm given these things,
Oh, and they want us to rank them 1, 2, 3.
yeah,
That's what they want.
well,
oh.
and so.
Do we
what
need
does-
to
what
rank
does
them?
Natural space mean to most people? I don't know.
Air and clouds?
Protection I get,
Yeah.
but I think we could drop that part of the question and the question is still workable and
And-
valid.
and
It
go
just
with-
makes it easier.
What would you most important to preserve?
Yeah.
Preserve and
Thoughts?
protect.
Anybody? Seth,
I like that.
Jim, Diana?
Well, I think this is you brought this up last time, and I think the point is well taken. And I think that's why we set on kind of only the natural. That's probably why we only had these 3. is we took that to heart, and now we're kind of reversing course, and we're back to the same space we were before. So I think either your solution is fine, or we need to go back to what we had. So I think perhaps taking out the natural space and say, what are please rank which areas of the town you think are most important to preserve.
If you just say preserve and protect.
Preserve and protect?
Well, I mean, it's an environmental question, right?
Okay.
Most important to preserve and well, but I mean, where are you gotta loop the environment in there somehow, or just to preserve and
Well, it is-
protect?
These are all environmental places, so I mean, that's.
To me,
kind of
it's
obvious.
preserve and protect.
Okay, that's fine.
To preserve and protect. All right, Ethan, you have it?
Jim, does that concern you at all?
Yeah.
It doesn't concern me, no. I think that actually having a double-ended question like that, where you'll have somebody ranking initially, and we're changing that woodlands to trees, and then the second one below it at 9 is going to have a ranking as well, so it'll show some consistency and a different character. So I think it's helpful. I don't have any problem with it.
Okay.
I think your suggestions are solid.
Just one other thing in the top where it
Yes.
says, when it's talking about natural features, it says heavily wooded areas. It's not necessarily true.
Well, yeah.
Is it heavily
Where do we have? that?
wooded in the top line, the
First page.
character? And if you were to
Thank
that,
you.
to that end on natural features,
Oh.
the use of defined by natural features. An alternative might be, please rank which areas of the town you think are most important to preserve and protect these natural features versus the rest of it.
Oh. Can you repeat that?
Well, after preserve, just to preserve and protect these natural features, because that language is used above in the introductory, describing the character, then you could keep it simple.
All right,
So
what
one
is,
is just reviewing heavily wooded areas and whether that's accurate or not. You guys can speak on that.
all right, so we need to look at the character of Long Beach is partially defined by natural features, including the Lake Michigan shoreline. Shoreline or shorelines? See, now I'm looking at the next page, Lake Michigan shoreline and dunes, shorelines and dunes. Shouldn't it just,
Shoreline and dunes.
all right, and then heavily wooded areas? Do we just say wooded area?
I
We don't
I
know,
mean,
tree.
If that's fine, that's.
Yeah, I don't think there's, I don't frankly think there's anything, I mean, because people have a lot of trees and there's a lot of like kind of
Okay,
dense background to a lot of lots. I
true.
mean, I would classify this as far more heavily wooded than just about any neighborhood in Chicago. Just
Yeah.
because it's not like a forest doesn't mean it's not still heavily wooded. I find no problem with heavily wooded, frankly, but I don't,
I don't either.
I'm not gonna die on that hill.
Let's move on.
It's on my property, yeah.
All right, so we're heading back to please rank which areas of the town you think are most important to preserve and protect these natural features, with one being the most important.
As an alternative to try to address all of the things he was discussing. So,
All right, Jim, Kevin, Ethan, everybody's good?
Yep.
All right.
Got them all, Ethan?
Yeah,
All right,
that
so-
works.
Okay, then we have to go to Lake Michigan shoreline, so it's just a shoreline and dunes. And then we have to add in beach stops, so we have to do 5 of them, Ethan. Trees instead of woodlands,
He's got that.
green open spaces. And then we have to add parks. So we have to have those 5 that we listed above with the 1 through 5.
Right. Okay, so those questions or those options will be
Those
consistent.
5 options, right. And then shoreline is just singular and dunes is plural. 10, so this was one we asked, are you familiar with natural resource protection efforts in Long Beach? So we said to McKenna, this is very broad. How do we elaborate and what are we, McKenna, seeking here? You acknowledged it's quite broad. The intention of this question is to determine whether or not the efforts the town has made are having impacts perceived by residents. If not, adjustments to programs or efforts may be needed to increase their visibility and use to residents. So is that just an answer that you use for a shoreline or Lake Michigan town? Did that answer the question for anybody? Does that help us figure out what we're doing here or why we need this question?
Yeah, I think
Okay.
so.
It's a probing question.
Yeah,
You're seeing what people.
what they
know.
perceive.
Okay, but I mean, because we had discussion about it and it was just, we didn't know what we were looking for and that it was a broad question.
And I think
Might suggest throwing in the word any, with any natural resource protection efforts in Long Beach.
Yeah,
Yeah.
that would work.
He's done this before.
Plus, I think they've answered. They are just trying to
Right.
Okay.
Yeah, I
poke
think
and,
they've answered
and
it.
come back and even then, it may or may not be true, right? That if people aren't aware, adjustments may need to be made, but maybe not. Maybe you guys are inundating and people just aren't interested, right? And they're not participating, but those are things that figure out later. But yeah, I think that their explanation of it is intentionally that broad.
All right. Did you answer that question, Seth? Do you remember?
I did,
Okay.
but I am intimately familiar with a lot of it. And I-
Well, okay.
Good.
All right. Is your property at risk for lakefront erosion or wave-related damage? We're still good with that? Do you believe that the character of the beach is threatened by erosion? Still good? 13, do you believe there should be standards applicable to lakefront development or roadways to mitigate lakefront erosion and or wave-related damage? So we did have a question, should roads be incorporated into this question? McKenna's answer was good question. While lakefront development implies some infrastructure, we can include roads to make this clearer.
It's in there, isn't it?
It
Road regs?
is, it is already.
Well, he did,
Oh,
yes,
okay.
but that was our question though.
Okay.
So
Yeah.
it was in there. We were asking, should the roads be, I
It's
mean,
fine.
Yep.
we were asking.
I like the question with the roads in it.
Yeah.
Okay. Are you aware of standards applicable to lakefront development?
Did you add any there as well? Are you aware of any standards applicable?
Do we
think
need
so.
that? Yeah.
Yes. Good switch. Yep.
Any,
Makes sense. Yep.
any.
And then we had add a question after question 14. If so, are you aware of standards applicable to lakefront development? What are your view of these standards? And then we had a note, how do we broaden this question? Your response was, I think this is a good addition because it gauges not just awareness of lakefront development standards, but also residents' perception of them. These answers will give us a good picture of how residents feel about current regulations.
Exactly. I'm not sure if excuse me, sorry. I was just wanted to make sure that I understood the note on the end of that question about broadening the question. I don't know quite what your intention was there, if I understood it correctly in the way that I applied that change.
Right, so I think what we were doing, we were saying, are you aware of any standards, number 14, applicable to lakefront development? Then we were asking, do we need to add a question after that or a sub-question? You know, if so, what is your view of these standards?
Gotcha. Okay.
So,
Yeah. So kind
That
of
was-
drilling down into that.
yeah, so,
And yeah, my thought on this is that this is a question with subparts, and I like so it's 14A. Are you aware of standards? Right?
mhm.
And 14B is, if so, are you aware of actions taken or programs implemented by Long Beach? Because I think making it two questions, you're missing the if so. So my thought would be is if you can make that 14A and 14B, then it flows with the question. So you're getting the information in response to, kind of like, do you know? What do you know? And then I think we should change 16 to maybe even 14C. And I think that what other additional actions is a little kind of leading, because it's like assuming that there are additional actions that should be taken. So we could change it to
Well,
what, if any, actions should be taken to combat lakefront erosion? Something that's more benign, so that it's not as if you're like asking them to create something. It's like, is there something that should be done or not?
all right, so 14A is, are you aware of any standards applicable to lakefront development? Then you have yes, no, or other. 14B is, are you, oh, if so,
What are they?
if you are, how about if you are aware or if,
I think I just say is if so.
if so, what is your view of these standards? Is that what we're doing?
Or
So
are you
was
taking
the
fif-
previous question was 14, are you aware of standards?
Of any standards, yeah, applicable to lakefront development?
Mhm. And so then, yeah, if so, kind of, what is your understanding of the standards applicable to lakefront development?
What is your understanding of lakefront development in Long Beach or just lakefront development?
Well,
Standards.
Of lakefront development standards?
and I think you could do the same thing with 15.
All right, Ethan, do you have that one? So 14A is, are you aware of any standards applicable to lakefront development? And then 14B is, if so, what is your understanding of lakefront development standards?
And in your experience,
Yep. I got that.
format of that makes sense?
Jim, Kevin?
Yeah, we can definitely look at making those kind of sub parts of that first number 14 question.
I like it.
15, are you aware of actions taken or programs implemented by Long combat lakefront erosion and/or wave-related damage? Oh, I see, Seth. So you're saying, is 15 the one you're saying that would be 15A?
Correct.
Of any actions taken, how, should we do the same? Like if any standards of any actions taken?
Yes.
Yes.
And then 15B would be, if so. Let me go back here. What did we have? If so,
What is your understanding of it?
what is your understanding of
Programs.
Those actions or programs.
what?
Those actions or programs.
Do you have, what is your understanding of those actions or programs? All right.
Or the effectiveness of those actions?
Oh. All right, okay, hold on a second.
Well, if we're following the same format as 14, it would just be, what is your
Because
understanding?
16 talks about actions. Specifically.
All right, so,
I think the effectiveness though is really what we're trying to get to.
What's that?
What you just said.
The effectiveness?
The effectiveness is kind of the critical part.
Yeah, these are
Right,
the ones.
because you're gonna get some that say, we've been plowing our dunes forever to make a walkway, we should be able to do that, or we want to see. Others are gonna say, not necessary, right? And yeah, I think the effectiveness of it and.
I'm
what-
aware of actions, but you haven't asked me how effective they are.
Right.
Or
so do we need a
effective.
C for 14? If so, what is your No, I know we are, but we're talking about like the actions.
But
Do we need an action for
We're
14?
gonna get some.
no, I think
Yeah.
14 is a separate,
Okay.
going in a different direction, but we could we could simplify this very easily, like as Chris just said, for B, if so, what is your understanding of the effectiveness of those actions or programs? Right? And then
And then C could-
16 could be C.
Yes. What additional actions if any?
All right, let's everybody go. Okay, so B is, if so, what is your understanding of the effectiveness of those, hold on, actions or programs? Anybody? Okay. All right. And then 16 would be what other additional actions should be or should be taken to combat lakefront erosion and or wave-related damage?
What, if any?
And that's kind of Go
What?
along with what you're saying about effective, like that'll give people a chance to expand on what they think, if they were good or not.
So are we leaving that as 16 or are we making it 15C?
And I think you should have a 15C and also make a 14C.
Yeah, okay, with the, okay.
And give them a chance to
Mhm.
expand.
And keep 16 or delete 16.
So the A of both questions would be asking, you know, do you believe that there should be standards? B would be asking, or sorry, A would be, are you aware of any standards? B, what is your understanding of those standards? And C, how effective do you believe they are? Is that correct?
No, I don't think, I think we had A, are you aware? B, how effective do you think they are? And C,
What if,
what?
yeah, what if any additional, right?
Yeah.
Okay.
And then get rid of
Gotcha.
16. Yeah, okay.
So we have that one.
And tell Ethan that.
Wait,
16's gone.
All
So
right,
we've added a
Go
a
14
C.
ABC, 15 ABC, and then 16.
Right.
All right, Jim, Kevin, Ethan, you all have that because I'm not sure what
Yeah.
I have written down. So
I think I've got
I'm
it.
going to call the crew on my right. If you have questions, call them.
Yeah.
Just,
Give him my number.
yeah, my phone's disconnected, so. All right.
Should change your number.
I changed my number. Moving on, land use. The comprehensive plan includes policies regarding the type and character of land uses within the town. The following questions will help identify what type and character of land is appropriate for Long Beach for the comprehensive plan. It should be the update to the comprehensive plan update. Just kidding. We'll just leave it alone. But we might want to, uppercase update. 7, or now it's 8. So now, Ethan, you have to start renumbering these. So this is going to really test everything. Because now 17, 16. Please rate the appropriateness of the following land uses for Long Beach. Single-family housing. I mean,
Yeah.
yep, multifamily housing, short-term rentals, commercial, i.e. town center, parks and open space, town facilities, mixed-use developments. And further comments? We're good? 19, would you support regulations that limit the size of dwellings in Long Beach? Okay. How?
You want to say limit or maybe the word regulate?
Oh. Seth and I have been around this one for a while.
Well, would you support regulations that limit?
Right.
I think it's fine. the way
You
it
already
is.
have regulations.
It's- you
Right,
say
we do.
Regulations regulate, yeah, that's.
So it would almost be, would you support limiting the size of dwellings in Long Beach? I mean, we do have ordinances that limit, well, I mean, setbacks, height.
And this is well, yeah, yeah.
Well, maybe you should change, what you're getting to is maximum size.
Yes.
Because you have it to where they have to be minimum, you have
Right.
regulations that address size. You have your setbacks, those kinds of things, but really the crux of this question is, are we limiting maximum size? Or
Yeah.
why not cut to the chase on that?
Yeah, I mean, I think this is, people can read the tea leaves here. And I mean, this is really just like, you're just gauging a reaction to the concept of the regulation of size, right? I
Yep.
don't- And because in the comprehensive plan, and this comes up all the time in front of the building commission, especially with regard to one property, like, is this, and it even came to us, right? It like, is this in the spirit of the comprehensive plan? And so we've even had someone like them send a building petition, our petitioner here, asking if what they were asking to build was within the kind of the spirit of the comprehensive plan. And we said if it complies with all the laws that, town council's created, then yes, right? So I don't think we need to like dig into like, word crafting this question to make it perfect. I think people are going to understand, like, you're going to get a gut reaction from would you support, the limiting of the size of a building or not? And I think people are gonna have strong opinions about it. So you're gonna get probably, the spectrum of either a hard yes or a hard no, not maybe
I agree.
on this.
So do you just leave out regulations? Would you support limiting dwelling size and limiting the size of dwellings in Long Beach?
I don't see the problem with the question.
Okay,
Questions?
okay. 20, how concerned are you about the scale or character of residential construction in the community? We say community or Long Beach? Look at me now, I'm going back to the community. I'm like, we keep talking about Long Beach, but okay. 21, accessory dwelling units, smaller independent residential units located on the same lot as a single-family home. Examples include garage apartments, basement units, or small backyard cottages, if we're doing right.
Right.
Should Long Beach consider allowing accessory dwelling units such as, well, I think we just need to should Long Beach consider allowing ADUs, ?
Right.
And get rid of such as.
Repetitious.
Everybody?
I agree.
Okay.
You've defined it. You don't need to repeat it.
Public resources and facilities.
Before we go, is I hate to go backwards, but I just want to
No.
make sure. Number 17 / now 16. Is there any other use in there you would like to include on that chart?
What?
Do you want to add duplex as an example?
Oh, on the.
Is that
on
not covered under
21?
multifamily?
Not necessarily.
Okay.
I just found out we do have a duplex in Long Beach, but, oh, so
Or
for,
any other use that might come up that you might want to see on there?
Oh,
anybody?
I put duplex in there, that's fine.
Oh, storage facility, oh, man, storage facilities.
Oh,
I'm
no,
gonna rent out my garage.
you could. Somebody would take you up on it.
All right, what do we want put down here?
I
Team.
don't think, I can't think of anything.
Tom, Seth, Chris?
Fine.
all right.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think it's.
I think if I
Okay.
mean, if we see I think if anybody has something in mind, they'll write it in the comments, and if we see a pattern and something we know we should probably include.
Yeah.
Yeah, because there's further comments in there. I mean, you can.
Correct. I just want to make sure.
Yeah.
Should further comments have a number associated with it? We're really talking about further comments of 17,
Yeah.
right?
Oh, you want to leave it, get rid of the number? Yeah,
Yeah.
just let it be further comments.
Yeah.
Yeah. I mean,
All right,
But we, if
We
do
had
that,
other, we have to go
need
back.
Go back on 6. And because further comments is 7 on that one.
do you see what we're doing there, Ethan?
Yeah, exactly. That's a formatting issue that I can definitely clear up so that it's clear what those are referring to.
I just want to make sure he heard.
Okay. Yep.
Mhm.
All right,
All right, cool.
maybe we'll give that to Kevin.
All right, where are we going now?
Please rate the importance of the following public resources: bicycle trails, walking trails, pedestrian access to beach and lakefront areas, maintenance of roads, or road improvement. We could put that in. We put in road improvement, maintenance of roads.
Yeah.
Adequate drainage for roads, outdoor sports facilities, parks and playgrounds, indoor sports facilities, historical structures, beach stops, community center, public safety building, and town hall.
and then further.
All right, further comments. Yep.
Please rate the following essential community services.
Hold on, could we,
Oh,
in
yes.
terms of further comments, should we change it to be more specific? Like, are there other public resources or facilities? Or I mean, because further comments is, I mean, is that their moment to like just go at some, like have a pickleball grievance or something, or is that,
Can't hear.
or is it for some other, or is it for like some other facility? What is the purpose of that comment?
Additional, what did we call them to begin with? Called them,
Yeah, why do we want to have, right? Yeah, what are they going to say? They'll, say, don't widen Lake
Well, that's
Shore
what- that's-
Drive. I mean, I don't know.
Well, I mean,
Yeah.
okay.
Right.
Then let's discuss it and let's talk about what do we want people to say in that comment and then direct them towards
Mhm.
saying it by saying,
Specific.
do you want to air your grievances or do you want, are there other facilities you think are important to the town?
any other facilities important, yeah.
All right, so we don't want to say further.
Problem with that
Oh.
though is that it limits them to identifying other things as opposed to expanding on one of
Well,
Okay, and that's
already mentioned.
absolutely. So then should we tell, expand, it's, you could, this is like essentially, you can either expand on your thoughts above or highlight other areas of interest, but like, I think just further comments is just, it's
It's an
unhelpful. I think we should
invitation.
direct the response to like give us
Yeah.
either one is fine. And I think if we just put a little blurb saying,
Are there other areas you think
if you have comments on any of the,
you'd like to comment on?
yeah, comments related to like, it's this space relate,
Public resources and.
for comments related to existing public resources or, needed public resources.
comments related to existing public resources or needed public resources, to existing or needed public
Yeah.
resources?
Sure.
Okay. Did you get that, Ethan?
Yep, sure did.
You get it better than I do, so thank you. Please rate are we good then?
Yeah, that's fine.
Okay.
I just like,
I agree. That one, that was,
like we need to tee it up so they're giving us useful information that we want. And I think, whether it's kind of going off on something that's important, but
right.
factually relevant, or if it's expanding on something new that we hadn't thought about, I think both of those are important,
Thank you.
but yeah.
Please rate the following essential community services: police protection, fire protection, water, sewer, garbage and recycling removal, leaf and snow removal. And there again, we have further comments, but we can think, how about the categories? I know where we're going to get a lot of comments. I have an idea where we might get a lot of comments.
Oh,
Chris, you
sewer.
might as well. You may too have an idea. So I don't know. What do? We do the same thing there, Seth, and say, instead of further comments, because we might get just a lot of comments on one thing.
Well, no, I mean, I mean, on this one in particular, I don't know that, are there other community services that we could rationally provide? I mean, I guess we
Yeah,
could,
what else do we have? Yeah.
I mean, this one I think would be more particular to comment on, any particular, just an opportunity to comment on any community service.
Wait, what do we say there?
I'm not the poll creator, but,
Well, no, I know,
it
but,
just, I don't want to say invitation, but,
well, maybe we'll
you could
just,
say further comment on, the above community services.
Jim, Kevin, what do you think? You're right there,
I think that's good. Yeah, Ethan, you got that?
Yep, sure do.
Can we look at the categories here? Because I'm not so sure that leaf and snow removal should be lumped together. Number
oh,
one, they're provided by different
true.
parts.
You're right.
Yeah, one is the town actually removes the
Right.
snow and then they
Mhm.
contract out the leaf removal.
And I think they are diametrically different.
Yeah,
Oh.
we can,
Okay.
Ethan, we could just make a separate category for those two.
Yeah, we can just bounce that into new ones.
Snow removal.
Okay.
Yeah, that's great information. Thank you.
'Cause
Thank you,
I know
Diana.
my response would be completely different.
Different for, yeah.
All right, please rate your preference for coordinating the following community services: police protection, fire protection, sewer. What was that question again? Look at me. I'm like, what?
Please rate your preference for coordinating. I'm not even sure what that means.
No.
I think
Oh,
the,
communities, okay, there's a second
Oh,
line.
no, there it is. It's under my, okay. All right, with adjacent communities.
1 to 5. Okay.
That's fine.
So I guess we just have 2 that, or 3. But we'd have to, okay, anyhow, all right, are we?
Could I make a suggestion here?
Yes.
Since I always like to start with the most important thing. So what we're talking about here is working with adjacent communities to coordinate these services, right?
yeah, exactly.
Potential.
Okay, so I would suggest that it says, please rate your preference for working with adjacent communities to coordinate the following services.
Okay,
Less awkward.
thank you.
Yep.
Water, you buy your water, right? Is that?
Right, so I think we talked about this last month, why we got, we buy the water.
Well, from your perspective, do you understand that dynamic? Because there's a
Yeah.
water department here.
I do not.
There's water services and a meter, but the water is actually purchased from Michigan City.
Mhm.
Right. So does that make sense to include it here in your perspective, or is that? For all intents and purposes, it's under the Long Beach umbrella, right? No, but we're not, there's no real coordination, is there?
Yeah, I mean, I don't think so. I also think that's well beyond the scope of anything that town council could rationally do, right? And change the way that we get water.
Well, you could start a sanitary district, and that's been discussed, right?
Right,
So-
sure. And it's
And-
$175 million or something crazy.
Who knows, right?
Easily.
But with other communities that way, so
Building the pool, whatever it cost is. double.
it seems that it's a mood issue.
So that leaves, so sewer, we have to be in, okay,
Right.
we would have to be
Yeah,
involved
police
with,
and fire contract with them.
they do.
Do mutual aid.
Right, mutual aid. So mutual aid we have contracts with we provide police service, we're contracted, we provide police service to Michiana and to Dunlin Beach. So they pay us. And then we provide mutual aid to different areas. What is your opinion on the enforcement of codes and ordinances in the town in Long Beach? How about it? I just don't, whatever, never mind, lose it.
So did we resolve, I mean, because I
I know.
liked the clarification that Kevin gave us on current 26.
I do
Because I
too.
think it kind of explains the purpose. Okay, so we did,
Yeah,
okay,
we went with that.
okay.
I did too. Thanks. Yeah, opinion on enforcement of codes and ordinances.
That's fine.
Is there any value in trying to determine whether or not somebody's responding as a contractor as opposed to a
Oh,
resident homeowner?
oh. Huh, what do you guys think? Or you think,
I
Chris?
would say that you're not gonna, I don't think you have many contractors within the town that are gonna be taking this survey. I mean.
There's at least 2.
What's that?
There's at least 2.
Mm,
True.
No, there's some. I am, you know,
There's
3.
one,
3.
3, yeah.
so.
Oh,
I just asked the question. I don't have an opinion.
Yeah.
I'm not sure how you'd do it.
I still have an opinion of being a resident compared, you know.
Might just give you more insight than the.
Yeah.
average
Yeah.
person.
I also think you're going to get a stronger response to this than you probably think.
I think.
Oh, I
Um,
think it's gonna be very
Oh,
strong.
this is gonna be a hot button issue.
Yeah, well, I think so.
Do we want to we have no
I-
area for comment
Yeah,
here.
Yeah, you may want to add a character,
I don't know if we want it.
a character restricted.
Maybe part B could be, whose fault is it?
Yeah.
Right.
Language restricted.
If it's too late.
In part B, whose fault do you think this is?
No. All right.
Can you
No,
tell
it's fine.
that's a good subject right there? So do we want to add any, do we
I let-
want to know anything?
Let's let it
more?
roll and see what happens.
I think we just let it go.
Everyone's okay with that?
I would add a comment box.
You what?
Yeah.
You would have a
Okay.
comment box.
I mean, it's stuff that we, I
I
mean,
do too. I
Yeah,
mean,
yeah.
I
No,
think-
I'm all for the comment box.
do we want to add a comment box? What do we want our comment box to say? Be nice?
Further. comment.
No,
no.
No.
Further comments?
Oh, yeah, yeah. Because there's one after the next question. so
All
I
right,
don't see. why not.
Ethan, we're gonna add in further comments. We're gonna swing for the fences on this one.
That
And
sounds
then I
good.
promise you, we'll leave it unedited and provide the comments as written.
Yeah, we will
Unedited.
want to see those.
Yeah.
Please rate the following administrative community services. Town office hours. Is this town permit process? Just not processes, just process.
That,
What
I think it is
processes?
process.
Okay,
Yeah, because there's
Yeah.
plural.
all right, and
Permits and part-
Yeah.
processes, okay, Mitt, all right. I thought it was just a whole process.
And further.
There are
comments.
several.
Well, no, I know, but I looked at it as a singular plural. And we're just saying further comments on that one as well?
And no number.
How important is it to you that Long Beach invests in recreational facilities? I don't know, well, okay. I don't know what we do with that, especially with the park board doing a whole thing, but it's,
I think we need a box for this one
We
too.
need to know.
Yeah, I have a comment after y'all resolve that issue.
okay.
Okay. No, I mean, I'm open to discussion on the question. I think you've switched here. And I'm just trying to figure out, like, this is where I got, and
Yes.
you start, like, when we start doing this ranking thing, like around, let's say, question 17,
Mm-hmm.
it's like not at all appropriate, and then neutrals in the middle and extremely appropriate is 5. And then here you're switching,
Oh,
you're switching to very important at the top. And it threw me off. I remember this specifically in terms of I think you should either go low to high or high to low. In terms of people's
At least just keep it consistent.
experience in taking the quiz itself. Or not the quiz. Sorry. You will be. Because honestly, like, this is one of those like intuitive things that I made an actual note of it in my head. I was like, oh, did I answer that question wrong? So I think for ease of use, it should be parallel throughout.
Yeah,
So
we'll
it's
make those
like-
consistent.
right. So one is not important at all, neutral, and then very important. And then 30 starts out very important, not important, and other.
Just
So,
Be consistent throughout, basically.
Cool, Ethan? Okay.
yes?
Oh, yes, sorry. Yep, I got that.
Okay. I hope you didn't fail the quiz because of
Yeah.
that, Seth.
I probably did. All my
Ethan, when
answers
you
were wrong.
find Seth's quiz,
Yeah, we
let
wanna
us
know what he
know how
gets.
he did.
All right, yeah, I'll send you a grade.
He needs remedial work or something.
Which amenities would you, okay, so we like that question.
We do.
Which amenities would you most like to see expanded or improved in Long Beach?
Do we need a comment box after that too?
And check all that apply. I mean, I don't know. I mean, we have other, please specify, so.
Oh, there you go.
Okay, so
Okay.
that's a chance
That's
to
fine.
comment. I like it.
That's good.
They could check them all if they want.
I mean, we did separate parks and green space before. So do we have to separate? I don't want public access to the lake. No, just kidding. Do we need to separate parks from green space as we did before? McKenna? I don't know. We did before. Do we have to now?
No, I think we separated parks and open space.
Okay, all right. All right, well, then we're okay. When it comes to public utilities, oh boy, should the town, oh. We can't prohibit any expansion because we have private people we have it being done privately or close to being done privately, Chris, right? I mean, we can't prohibit, right? When it comes to public utilities, for example, water, sewer, should the town, I guess it's should the town prohibit any expansion? I don't know that we,
It's fine.
I think the town.
It's a
all
perfect.
right, target, all right, well.
I'm
all
just
right.
looking for their opinions.
And then we have a chance to specify.
Yeah. Would you support public investment in a sanitary sewer system to replace?
It's a legitimate question.
It is. All we have to, I don't know. Okay,
I think it's fine.
Tom, you think it's okay? I mean, if we, okay, all right. Would you be willing to pay additional fees or taxes to fund a sewer system?
Yeah, I mean, I think we pretty intentionally put in these last three.
I know we
questions.
did, right? I know. I know we did. I think I just,
And there's a chance for them to comment.
but they do, yeah, they do already. Everything.
Looks fine.
All right.
Anita, what did we decide on the first issue?
Oh, about how to distribute it. Which of you wants to speak to that? I know we talked about it. Because what I said was, we had general thoughts, printed copies available in town hall, town website, a QR code mailed to addresses used by the town water department. So you said printed copies at town hall is a great idea. You could also mention on your website, you can mail paper copies. You know, Seth had the idea, you mail a QR code. Sharing the link, I don't know. I mean, I know that, so I think Kendra, you know, I mean, she was worried like people would fill out more than one. So the problem is that if people don't see it in the newsletter, or see it somewhere in an announcement. So that's why we were leaning toward just doing a mailing, because the water department has a full mailing list of people's addresses. But like Seth said, instead of doing the entire survey, but then that means someone has to have a printer to print out the survey or know how to work a QR code or something like that. So I don't know, Jim, if you want to speak to that, if you.
I'll just say this, that most recently with our surveys, the QR code is working the best. Hard copy surveys in the office have seen very little return, as little as just 2 or 3% compared to the other numbers. I think I would suggest either mailing out a QR code and or having a direct link if they don't want to do that, and then having on the website. And having a few copies at the town hall for people to come in if they wish. But I wouldn't treat the hard copy as the primary method.
Yeah, I agree. I mean, an email with a link and a QR code are going to get you far further and more participation because it's so easy to do it.
We could do an ad in the Beecher and do like the
People
QR.
are gone.
I mean, that might help.
Well,
I don't know. I think the way that the website is managed now and the way that you're doing things, I do think the electronic, I mean, people are getting, begrudgingly or not, even in these parks, people are getting used to QR codes for their menus, right? And, and if you have those backups with the link and the way that, I think your website's pretty active now that's.
so no mailing then? No
You
mailing.
need
I
to
mean,
go through that.
the mailing would have the QR code. I mean,
Yeah.
I don't know if, we should discuss the mailing, but the mailing would have the QR code on it. So there would still be a mailing.
Can you put that on?
But I don't think you need to mail a printout of the survey. Just a QR code.
No.
Can I add my 2 cents here?
Sure.
So one thing that I've found effective is sending a mailing with a QR code, and then also with, I don't know how long your web address would be for this. If it's really long, the one we were doing was a really long web address, and we just used one of those URL shorteners. So it was like tinyurl.com/ and then a few characters they had to type in. So you give them both the option of the QR code, and then you say, or go to this link in your web browser. Or I would suggest you say, bring in this card into town hall and we'll give you a printed copy if you'd prefer to fill one out. And then that's their ticket to get a printed copy, so they don't fill out multiple printed copies, hopefully. I don't know.
That makes sense to me, because no matter how hard we try, there are going to be people who don't want to do it electronically.
Yes.
I don't know how concerned I care to be about somebody gaming the system.
I agree.
Me neither, yeah.
But I think for us, what we want to be able to say to the people in the town is that we made an effort to distribute this to the widest possible number of individuals. And that's through the water list.
Yeah.
Everybody
Yeah.
has water.
Everybody has a water
Totally.
bill, right?
you
I
know,
agree.
And, even though the other ways for people to respond will touch certain segments, this is the one that everybody gets the hard copy. If they choose to respond, that's great. If they don't, that's up to them. But it seems to me to be the one that gives us the opportunity to step back and say, we did the best
Right.
we could do of getting this out.
I agree. And to take that one step further, if I received an envelope in the mail with this 17-page survey in it, it'd probably go on the corner of my desk somewhere and I wouldn't go to it. But if I had a QR code or a URL link or something, I'd be much more likely to click on that, do it. It came in a postcard.
My thought, if you think that people receiving the physical survey itself would be helpful, I'm all for it, because you're right. We need to make the effort to make it available as many ways as possible. I also think we should include a little sticker on top that gives the QR code and the link, so that the 99% of the people that are going to do it are going to hold that piece of paper knowing it's important. And then they're going to go to the website and click on the link, or they're going to go to the QR code and click on the link. Because I think that's just practically, that's just the way it's going to work. But in terms of like communicating the urge and the importance, I think the physical copy may be important.
All right, so we'll figure that out. Take your advice. Should we release Jim and Ethan? Evan?
Thank you all.
Thank you very much. It
Thank
was
you.
very helpful.
That's great. And we'll have this to you very quickly.
Okay.
All right.
All right, Ethan,
Thank you.
don't stay
Thank
too
you.
late at the office.
Should we,
What?
I mean, are you just going to circulate it for like a little proofread, or do we want one person to like volunteer to proofread it, or how do we want to go about before we go live? Or is that not the next step?
Well, yeah, we'll have to.
Because I don't know that having another I
I
like
don't know. that we-
another meeting about this, like going through it with.
No, we don't have to.
Okay.
So what we may as well keep them, because what I wanted to talk about was, do we need our December meeting? But if this is going to be done quickly, I mean, I don't care. Anybody can volunteer
You mean our
to
November
look at it.
meeting?
Our November meeting.
Because we still have a meeting scheduled in 2 weeks.
Right. So do you want to, did someone want to volunteer to
I will,
look at
I
it?
will absolutely volunteer.
Fine.
Yeah.
So Seth will look at it, and that way you can be in touch. And your quiz results come back bad, we hope that.
Yeah.
And
You don't want to read my quiz results.
so what we were talking about was whether Jim and I talked about whether we need to see them at all in person. I mean, for them, it's traveling, not that it matters, he would do it, but do you want to look at it and then see if you just can work things out with them? What do you,
Yeah, I mean, like, provided I don't make any substantive changes, right? Like, if it's just like like an editorial type thing, then I think we should grant me the power to do that without an in-person meeting and without a fiat, the 6-hour meeting over the
Right.
same thing,
I agree.
Okay.
Yep.
Yeah, I think our idea would be if you could proof it one last time, and then we would have our team set up the QR code for you and get that ready, and then mail you a hard copy, and off we go.
Okay, perfect.
Well, maybe I
Thank you.
should get a copy too.
Yeah, I'll print it out and bring it to your house. Yeah,
No, I mean,
Okay.
just while you, I'd
Yeah.
be comfortable.
yeah, that's totally fine.
Okay,
All right.
all right, then
Thank you, gentlemen.
I'll send you Seth's information. Even though
That's
you
great.
have his email, but
Yeah, that's fine.
share your cell, whatever, you email him with that, whatever you need.
Sounds
All right.
good.
Thank
Thank you,
you.
gentlemen.
Thank you.
All right, thanks.
Bye.
Thank you.
Good night.
All right, see you later.
Bye.
I think we need to create like a little buzz about this so before it goes out. Because if nobody knows this is coming in on their water bill, it's gonna be, I think we're gonna have a
Well,
tough time
I
getting.
don't even think, no, we'll have Meg do something,
Yeah,
but
we
so
need-
what
we
are
need
our
some
thoughts
kind of-
about?
And right in a
Some-
newsletter, you guys can build the hype.
Yeah, we need to do some of that, I think.
We do, but so what are our thoughts about when to send this out? I mean, what we're trying to get done right now is the road improvement project. So there's going to be another workshop on that. So, I mean, it doesn't matter. We don't want it to get lost. The snowbirds are gone anyhow. So, I just am trying to figure out how to work out when does it matter that
Timing.
this gets done? Yeah, the timing so that, I mean, Meg can send an email from the clerk treasurer's office saying,
How about you and Power Seth to ask that question of them? I mean, they're gone now, but maybe get some feedback and or you just to ask them too, if should you wait till first of the year? Can we get them out in
Right.
2 weeks?
Yeah.
right?
Okay.
Yeah, I think see what their experience is, but based on how you're doing it, those who pay attention to these things are gonna pay attention regardless,
Mhm.
heck, the holidays may actually help, may get lost in the shuffle. Maybe 5 to 10% no matter what time of year you do it. And all you can do, most importantly, is the transparency and the making the effort to include everybody in it. I don't know,
Or you
that's the
can-
best you could do.
Yeah. Hype it up a little bit.
so I mean, just so you know, Seth, I mean, Meg can send an email saying, look, is something coming, we decided we're going to send a QR code with a letter or a note explaining what it is.
Or
Yeah, like-
announcements or Kayla.
Yeah, I mean, I think,
Right.
I mean, to
All of the above.
Tom's point, I think, I mean, with the printout of the thing, which is likely important, especially to certain people, have a cover, like have some PR, I mean, have this is a survey, tell them the purpose of it, here's a memo on why this is important and why you need to do it, and then what it means to our town in terms of shaping the future. So and then we can make a poster and then post that to the website and then advertise it on social media, and I realize there's gonna be some pushback to sharing the QR code on Facebook, right? Because then somebody might spend 15 minutes taking a test that they're not supposed to take. Some people, I think that's more important to some people than others, and I'm fine with not sharing the link itself, but tell them where to go get it.
Right.
Right? But I think there needs to be a public outcry of these are this is important and we really do need you to take it.
And I think at every meeting, right? Joy can make an announcement at town councils. You're gonna have a couple in December as you always do, including the end of month. I don't even know what the time frame is that this is gonna be open. What is that? Do you know?
No.
Yeah,
I
I can
don't-
get that too.
Oh,
Yeah.
Because I think it's gonna be, I mean, I think they're telling us that we're only gonna get 10% max. But I think we need to keep it open long enough to get that, at least that range.
Right.
And then just keep badgering people until they do it.
And somebody said something about put an ad in the Beecher. Once we know it's gonna come out, why not?
Mhm.
easy. It's
Yeah.
easy. And people.
mean,
think-
shotgun
I
it.
think a lot of people read the Beecher.
I agree. Yeah.
Okay.
Well, maybe we should, Seth, what do you all think about keeping our November meeting so that we can
Start spitballing
come
some of
up
that
with
stuff.
a plan for this? Maybe
That's fine.
send me
Good idea.
thoughts? I mean, or how to, how do we do this? What are your thoughts on doing this? Or Seth, you'll
We
get
need to
the
get it back.
survey,
and
right?
don't-
Seth go through it and yeah.
Yeah, why don't we see how long it actually takes them to get this to us? And then I mean,
Okay,
that's the problem if we can't communicate.
See what they say, right?
Yeah.
So I think
okay,
And then plan on meeting.
keep it to
17th.
stay flexible, and if they say,
Okay.
listen, you should send it out right away and it's gonna be open 60 days, then you just.
Yeah.
okay.
We can always change
So we're gonna try to meet on the 17th
Let's just keep it.
for now.
for now.
Okay.
You'll let us know.
We need to.
So right now we could possibly do an email from, the clerk treasurer, but we need to have more of a letter just saying, hey, watch for this,
Right,
I
that's
mean,
what I'm
so.
saying.
we have to figure
Give people a
out-
heads up, this is coming.
Yeah, that's.
And I have the one too, right? So maybe McKenna has something, Seth, but we also have one that I have a copy
I
of.
think that's
We sent out
the
in
goal.
2016.
The goal for our next meeting is to determine how we roll
Okay.
it out, when we roll it out
Okay,
and all that stuff.
okay.
New
All
business?
right. There is no new business.
Public hearing? Yeah.
There is no public hearing, public comments. Anyone in the audience? No? Joy, is your people still on Zoom? Does anyone in Zoom have anything to say? Raise your hand or speak up. Hearing nothing. Closing matters. Our next meeting is set for November 17th at 7 p.m. It is 8:28. I will make a motion to adjourn.
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Any opposed? Meeting is adjourned, 8:28.